Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. And today we are going to be talking about another CRKT. This one is the Lanny. And I'll promise you, if you saw my recent review of the Trask, this review will go a little bit different than that one did. But the Lanny does come to us from the Apex Pass Around group. It's CRKT to the Pass Around group and then out to us. So thank you very much to both for the opportunity to check out the Lanny. Now, the Lanny is a Liong Mah design. We'll take a look at it here. Now, I really like this color combo, this silver and the blue, that steely blue kind of color. I am really liking that color combination. You know, what do you guys think about it? I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, really. So yeah, I'm digging it. I'm definitely digging it. So now, as I said, you got aluminum frame on it. Very nice. You do have steel liners. You do have the anodized blue backspacer and pocket clip. Recessed pocket clip screws. Very good. CRKT. We're liking that. And of course, we do have a lanyard hole on it. Now, as you can see there in that aluminum, you've got that kind of buckshot bone type pattern. I dig that. You know, you see it in some traditional knives, and I just kind of like it. And the bad part about it is it's kind of slick. That is one thing about the Lanny. But we'll get into that a little bit more later. But then, of course, you've got the milling. Kind of gives us that full bolster look. But overall, it's not too bad. It's done pretty darn well. Again, I'm getting ahead of myself, but you have a filler plate there for the pocket clip, so it is a reversible pocket clip, tip up carry. So we got pretty much those bases covered. Now, it is a flipper, okay? Jimping, yeah. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of jimping on this. The flipper tab is a little slick. I mean, now this is an assisted knife. I know assisted knife, hey, guys that don't like them aren't going to like it, but it is assisted. So, and it's pretty darn snappy. Let's take a look at our centering before I open it up. I think we're off to the clip side just a bit. So, not too bad, but yeah, we are off just a bit. But it is a flipper, it is assisted, and it snaps out there pretty darn good, man. Now, it is riding on IKBS ball bearings, so that initial drop, watch this. And then it hits that is torsion bar, and man, it just stops. First time I dropped it, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, other thing was coming down on me, but it doesn't. But now, get it there. You've got a really nice clip point looking blade there. Now, this is something, guys, I'd like to have a conversation with y'all in the comments about this. You can see there it is kind of compound ground, right? But if you look at that edge, the edge doesn't, it looks like the edge is pretty much solid. And you can see there how it kind of widens out at that transition of the grind point. Now, it does that on both sides. And there you go. So, it's a pretty seamless edge, really. But, so, I guess I don't consider that fully compound ground. Now, if you've been with me for a while and know that I really don't care for compound ground knives, then you know that this is one I'm probably going to like because it just doesn't seem, you know, like that. So, now as you can tell, guys, this is actually the first like really close-up video I've done with my new camera. So I'm still learning it a little bit with the focus and stuff, and I'll get it figured out. But for the time being, please bear with me. But overall, you know, it's not a bad knife. It's got a nice profile. As I said, you got the Liong Mah design, IKBS, and then you got that nice kind of fuller there. Now, you can get down there and thumb flip it. Maybe you expert middle finger flickers can get in there, but I can't. Not at all. So, but you can flip it, and you can actually thumb flip it as well. It is kind of deep, so you kind of got to dig it down in there. I would just use the flipper and call it good. But all right, let's get some specs on it real quick. What do we got here? We're pushing about 7.5 overall. Yeah, about 7.5 or 4.25 on the handle, 3.25, of course, on the blade then. And our overall grip length is going to be 3.5, just, yeah, I'll give it 3.5. Now, as far as choking up goes, yeah, I mean, you'd really have to, pull the trigger, so to speak, on that flipper tab to stay away from that corner of that blade. So, yeah, it's not really a choke up on type of knife. Now, there you go. There's your liner. It does protrude out a little bit, and it's got some decent jimping, but that jimping is actually rounded off, so it's not too bad. So, size comparisons, real quick. PM2, where'd you go? There you are, right there. PM2 is, yeah, it's definitely a little bit bigger. You're pushing a 1/2 inch on the blade and probably more like 3/4 on the handle, to be perfectly honest with you. So let's get a bug out. I think the bug out's going to be a pretty darn close as far as overall length goes. Whoa. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty darn close. Maybe the Lanny by a nose on the blade and again on the handle, but overall length is pretty darn close between the two of them. So we're going to close it up. And like I said, it isn't assisted, but the overall close, it's pretty easily one-handed. So not too bad. All right. We'll get her on here. What do we got? Ounces. Well, 4 ounces. Not too bad. That is 114 grams. So we're just over that kind of inch per ounce per inch. But it's not bad. It carries pretty darn well. And speaking of the carry, like I said, the clip wants to be deep carry, but we do have about a 1/2 inch sticking out of there. So it's not too bad. But again, once I said recessed pocket clip screws. Gotta like that. And on the buckshot bone, well, I call it that. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but it's pretty easy in and out of pocket. There's really no interference or anything there. So it's pretty done. And the clip's got a pretty darn good retention on it. So yeah, overall. Okay, overall, what do I think about it? Well, if you saw my Trask video, I love that design, but the execution just, man, it wasn't there. Now, we did see that this one was a little off-center. It's not too bad, and I know the assisted, the assisted knife guys aren't going to really like this. Doesn't really bother me, to be perfectly honest with you. The overall manufacture and everything in this knife, you know what? It's done pretty darn well. It really is. The filler plate, with that buckshot, but it's pretty, it's pretty darn flush and everything. The recessed pocket clip screws, I'm liking that. But everything's finished pretty darn well. So overall, the fit and finish of it, yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Little issue right there, like I said, but okay. The assist, it's definitely snappy. That initial drop, okay. Whew. But yeah, it's quite snappy, snaps right out there. So, I'm pretty okay with that. The feel in hand, it's pretty good. I can feel the clip a little bit. It's not an issue. I would not call it a hot spot. The only other concern I had, like I said, was this, but it's rounded off. They're rounded off pretty well. So, you can feel them, but it for me, it kind of hits me, right in that. There you go. You can kind of see it. It doesn't hurt, though. I can squeeze on it, and yeah, it makes a little bit of a mark, but it's not bad. I'm not, nothing I'd really complain about, to be perfectly honest with you. So, yeah, overall, not a bad knife, guys. The Blue Review crew gives it they give it an 8. A good solid 8. I think that's pretty darn fair. Let me know down in the comments what you think, guys. I know it's assisted. Yes, I get it. I know I'm going to hear that. I know I'm going to hear that. I know. And I'm not 100% sure if this one can be de-assisted. I mean, this is a pass-around knife, so obviously it's nothing I'm going to try on this one. But, you know, keep your ear open, you know, those Facebook groups and Instagram pages and stuff, and keep your ear out for one that, you know, if they, maybe it can, maybe it can't. Some can and some can't. I'm not sure about the Lanny. But thanks a lot, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you the price. $58. You know, not bad. Pretty much what you would expect for aluminum, 8CR13. You know, you've heard me say that. Price, it's pretty much what we come to expect from CRKT. Could it be a little lower? Yeah, I personally think it could be, but it is what it is. So 58 for this one. So as always, guys, I greatly appreciate you checking out the CRKT Lanny with me today. Just remember, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.